Is today Black Monday? Max pain. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen anything like this since at least 2020, and before that, 07, 08 for sure. So what we're seeing right now are March 2020 levels of panic. So here's the deal. As of today, S&P 500 futures are officially in bear market territory, down 22% from the highs. So we've seen 32 straight trading days where the S&P 500 has erased an average of $400 billion per day in market cap. So that's over 12.8 trillion wiped out in a month and a half. This is what we're seeing right now. So this is no longer an orderly decline. This is full on capitulation. So let's take a look at the past 32 trading days. This is absolute crap show. Okay, you guys. So 32 trading days ago, the S&P 500 hit an all-time high of 6,147, where you can see right here. Since then, it's dropped over 1,300 points. So what is going on? Let me walk you through this timeline. So we can see here that the S&P 500 hits a new all-time high of 6,147. The trade war escalates with 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico right at the beginning of March, end of February. Then we have a stock bounce as trade deal hopes rise. You can see this little area of green right here, right in the middle of March. And then there were no major headlines up until the 25% auto tariffs being announced. You can see this huge red candle right here, you guys. Then we have April 2nd, baby, Liberation Day. And at first, it was positive, this little green candle, and then everything since then has been an absolute disaster. You can see where we're at today at the time of this recording. U.S. stocks erase over $12 trillion. So what is the biggest driver of all of this? Duh, it's the trade war. I've been reporting on this for a week straight now. A couple months, it feels like. Every day is just a battle. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Friday, markets were actually hopeful we'd hear something over the weekend. Instead, what we got was crickets. On Sunday night, futures opened down 6%. I'm recording this the morning after, very early in the morning. And this clip from Donald Trump saying that sometimes we have to take our medicine is probably what's contributing to it. Check it out here.
We have to solve our trade deficit with China. We have a $1 trillion trade deficit with China. Hundreds of billions of dollars a year we lose with China. And unless we solve that problem, I'm not going to make a deal. Now, I'm willing to deal with China, but they have to solve their surplus.
And specifically on financial markets, he was asked about the market response. Here's what he said.
I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something. And we have such a horrible, we have been treated so badly by other countries because we had stupid leadership that allowed this to happen.
And just yesterday, crypto markets joined the party. Okay, we can see Bitcoin down 6.78% when it was actually doing very well. It was actually positive compared to everything else going on in the market while everything else was red. And we can see Bitcoin dominance is at 62.5%. That's very high, you guys. And also gold is joining the party and it is selling off at the time of this recording. It was back under $3,000 an ounce, but I do feel like it's going to bounce back up because it is a safe haven asset. So take a look at this chart right here when it comes to sentiment. This is the week ending April 2nd, 2025. What direction do AAII members feel the stock market will be in the next 6 months? And you can see right here, you guys, we have 21.8% bullish, 16.3% neutral, so that's about 38%, and then 61.9% bearish. If you look at the historical averages, it's usually a little bit more mixed, about a third, and a third. So let's continue. Now, if you're wondering, is it time to buy? That's the whole point of this video. Let's take a look at the data. So VIX is now above August 2024 highs, and retail and institutions are both selling aggressively. This survey that I just showed you is only 21.8% bullish and 61.9% bearish. This is the third most bearish reading ever, the chart that I just showed you. And also, between 9:30 and 12 p.m. on Friday, retail investors sold $1.5 billion in equities. This is the largest 2.5-hour sell-off in history. Let me repeat that. This is the largest 2.5-hour sell-off in stock market history. This isn't just fear, this is max fear. So if you take a look at this chart right here, this is the retail net imbalance before noon. This means people waking up and the first thing they're doing is either buying or selling stocks, right? And look at the divergence. It's crazy how many people bought the dip. And then you can see the next day, they're like, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm out. And then you can also see in this chart, which I've shown a few times over my past few videos, this is from Bank of America's Global Fund Manager Survey. You can see this is a huge sell-off of U.S. stocks. So we have March of 2025, we have March of 2023, and then we have September of 17 down here, and then October 05, right? So am I calling a bottom here? Am I buying the dip? I absolutely am buying the dip, which you can see from these screenshots right here. But from a risk-reward perspective, there's already a lot of bad news priced in. Take a look at Japan. Japan, Vietnam, 48 other countries, they're already starting to call Trump about the tariffs. Some countries simply can't afford not to do business with the United States. Check out this clip right here.
I got a report from the USTR last night that more than 50 countries have reached out to the president to begin a negotiation. But they're doing that because they understand that they bear a lot of the tariff. And so I don't think that you're going to see a big effect on the consumer in the U.S. because I do think that the reason why we have a persistent long-run trade deficit is these people have very inelastic supply. They've been dumping goods into the country in order to create jobs, say, in China.
So all it takes is one positive headline, a delay in tariffs, a trade deal, anything, and boom, you could see a 5% bounce in a day, okay? I've been through many of these, not trade wars like this, but huge market dips. So take a look at this chart right here showing 15% drawdowns. So these are all the 15% plus drawdowns from 1927 to 2025, and you can see what the market has done, okay? You can see the max drawdowns down here, max pain. We have almost 60% during 07, 08 when everyone was getting decimated. Look at 2020. This was almost 40%. Look at where we're at right now in comparison, you guys. And what has the market done? It's gone up and to the right, baby. Why is that? U.S. dollar dominance, military, petrodollar. We export dollars across the entire world, okay? We're still the world reserve currency. We still have the deepest, broadest capital markets in the world. Until that changes, I'm going to keep buying the dip. I also recorded a video talking about how Trump's equation was wrong and how tariffs could actually be a bad thing. Yeah, no. So reciprocal tariffs could raise rates to the highest since 1800s. Okay, so we see the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, and then we see what's going on right now. This is Max Payne's scenario. It could get to 35%. Will that happen? I have no idea. But what are we going to do? How do we actually conclude this video? So here's the multi-trillion-dollar question. Are these tariffs going to stick? If yes, we're headed for a severe recession. Bruh. I'm 37. I've lived through about 50 of these things now. That's what it feels like, dude. I got a little bit of, look at this. That's great, bro. I don't need Just for Men. This is what God gave me. I'm rocking it, right? So if not, this could also be a once-in-a-decade buying opportunity. So that's what I'm doing, okay? I've lived through a bunch of these. I don't care. I'm smash buying. That's why I kept 15% of my net worth in cash. Some of you made fun of me for paying off fiat debt. Oh, why would you pay off fiat debt? They're just printing more money. It's going to inflate the debt away, blah, 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 blah. Because I don't want any debt during times like this, okay? I sleep peacefully at night. So you made fun of me for paying off fiat debt and also for keeping 15% of my net worth in cash. Oh, Marko, that's way too high. That's too much cash. What are you doing? All you need is 3 months emergency fund. No, dog, I'm buying the dip. I'm buying it big.
Wrong.
Not wrong, right.
You are fake news.
Not fake news, telling you the truth. So I'm navigating these swings in real time. Check out Whiteboard Finance University, my private community, if you haven't below. Also, don't just try to survive this market. What I'm saying is there's opportunities here with individual stocks. Look at ones that got impacted very deeply, like there's Nucor, there's Nike, there's a bunch of them. I'm not going to turn the video into listing off stocks, but learn to thrive through this. And what I'm doing is I'm buying something that's worked for me for a very long time, and that's VTI and a couple of other index funds. So stay safe out there. I'll see you in the next video. Please gently click the subscribe button, gently click the bell for notifications, and gently share this video with 3 friends. And as always, have a prosperous day. Have a prosperous day. Dude, the funniest comments I get are when people are like, Marko, these sound effects, I can't take you seriously. You're a clown. Do you realize what other finance creators do? They literally read a headline, have their video editor highlight it yellow, and you think they're like smart. Dog, this is, how can you not separate the ridiculous amount of charts and research from the playful joyfulness of the video? Okay? Oh, I pressed the button on the soundboard. My finance degree is negated. My investing since 2006 is negated. Everything is negated because I pressed the button on the soundboard. I'm a clown. Listen to me. I've been in these markets longer than you have. My net worth is higher than yours. I'll crush you with... Hold on. I will crush you with my wallet, okay? I'm buying the dip. Oh, VTI, buying the dip. NVIDIA, no, I'm not buying NVIDIA. Oh, shit, I just broke this. Dude. You know what's funny? People think this is real. Dude, this is from Amazon. It's just paper, you guys. Or is it? Am I playing 17D 9-man dimensional intergalactic chess? All right, guys, peace.